Okay, welcome back everybody to the dang, I don't even know what we're gonna call this. Welcome back to the Danganronpa small chat
Not welcome back.
podcast.
It's welcome back to the channel. And
Yeah,
welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, there we go.
there we go.
That's good.
Secret not gonna do it for us.
No.
Today, you've got Quinn QB.
Secret agent. Agent is secret.
And Aries Diaries.
And what a great video for you to debut in, because we are going to be talking about Danganronpa Goodbye Despair 2x2 predictions and what we hope to see. That will probably not happen.
Title
Well,
track sound in the background.
everything I say is gonna happen because I'm always right about this stuff, you know? Trust.
No,
Sure. Well,
we're predicting. Secret's just saying what's gonna happen.
No,
That's
I'm spoiling. I'm spoiling. You guys are predicting.
we put clickbait Danganronpa 2x2 leaks. And it's just everything Secret's saying. You should start with how do we feel about Goodbye Despair already? Like, do we
It
like
says
it?
in general.
That in general, so then we can talk about what we think is gonna change.
Oh, okay. I think it's a solid game. I think the first game was better, personally. I think in my opinion, the storyline for the second game, I did get a little bit bored. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh.
But it was still good. It was still good. But I just found myself getting bored with the characters' like dialogue and stuff. And a lot of the you could clearly tell they favored certain characters like Nagito and Chiaki, and then basically gave a shit for everyone else. So, what about you guys? How do you guys feel about the game?
I think it's very overrated. Everyone has it as their number one, especially in 2020. But they just put it there because
God.
they're coked up on that Komohina yaoi.
I hate I hate Komina. There. Oh my god, I'm gonna get doxxed.
Oh, bro, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Bleep that out, bleep that out.
Do you like Komohina, Aries?
Okay, I've seen content. I just didn't know what the ship was called. Like, I didn't know what the actual title was called. But I don't know. I
Are you a
mean,
fan?
I'm very 50-50 because some people they'll ship it, but they'll take it to like
No,
extreme.
how do you feel? How do you
But
feel?
me, I really care for it. Like, shoot, like, I mean, if you're gonna put the main character and everybody's favorite character together, then like it's a ship. I wouldn't put them together, but it's a ship
Okay, I agree.
regardless.
I agree.
We're gonna get
I
we're gonna get doxxed. Don't worry, guys. I like Komohina. Don't dox us, please. Anyways, Goodbye Despair is mid though. It's mid as hell. I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't. I think the ending is very. I mean, I think the final trial is so good, but like the actual ending, I don't care. They had to bring in Trigger Happy Habit characters to make it better.
Literally. Oh
And
my god, literally. They had to
like
bring
it
in my goat
really,
Makoto and Kyoko to make it peak. And then
and you
I guess
exactly.
Byakuya in the
My
Byakuya was
background.
there. I
my,
guess she was
my
there.
husband Byakuya.
Uh let's not
That's mid.
let's not get into that.
Yeah, okay.
Another
We don't gotta talk
conversation
about
for another day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't because I only was able to watch the ending. I didn't really understand. I felt like it was a bit lackluster because they had to bring back first game characters. They could have found a way to basically sum up the same thing without them. But
No,
I
the
guess
last remaining cast members, they were all very incompetent. That's why they had to
yeah.
have the
yes,
goat step in.
Yeah, they
everybody
didn't.
seemed to be down in their boots the second like everyone was like, "Oh, this." Junko was starting to manipulate everybody's like, yeah, now everybody go. They start seeing pictures and everything. Everyone will be like, oh, I'm sitting there like, why is everybody acting kind of like slow? Because I watched it. Because I heard when I saw gameplay, people were getting upset, and I was like, did they? I thought like it. But I guess then again, looking
I
at the
mean,
characters we had, survivors, realty, I don't like our survivor list that we got.
Me neither. They're
hold
half
on, hold on,
only
hold on.
like three of them deserve to
Yes,
survive.
three of them did.
Including our goat Kazuichi, right?
Oh no,
Secret maybe you, but
maybe you. You talking French? Saying we? No, that's not my
No,
goat. That's not
we
my goat.
English we. Our goat
Oh,
Cosmisi.
I don't know who's art, but it's
Let's move on. Let's move on.
So, we've come to get the consensus that Goodbye Despair is okay. Could be improved. So now we can talk about how do we think they're gonna improve it by changing the death order. Let's go chapter by chapter.
Actually, let's start. Do you think they're gonna change Hajime from being the main character?
I
Oh my god, that's a good question.
I think it
Oh,
might be. I think they might only because like it would be interesting to see like someone else as main character. Like he dies. They could pull
Right.
a V3 where we see Hajime's perspective and then he dies for like first chapter and then we see it from like Nagito or Chiaki.
Nagi
Absolutely not.
protagonist Nagi.
If Hajime
But like
dies, I
see
do not want Nagito as the main character. Absolutely not.
but I feel like it would be refreshing to see it, but I feel like they only wouldn't because people would be upset that they will take copy and paste from like the third game.
I think Hajime is too he's too plot relevant just for like the overall story of the second game. He's too important to die. Like he's the mastermind and he has this whole second personality. He's the mastermind. He has no idea like I think killing him I just think it's not a they're never going to find out if he's not alive. I just think in my opinion. I think I
Mm.
don't think they should kill him off. If they kill him off, if they do, oh holy, if they kill
Holy
him off,
voice crack.
right? If they kill him off, who do you think is gonna take his place?
Okay, I'm a protagonist Mahiru believer. It's not gonna happen, but if Kodaka liked women, Mahiru or Chiaki would be the protagonist. The only other character I think would be protagonist would be Nagito if it's not Hajime, but I don't
Hold
think
up.
they would go for that, to
You're
be
missing an
honest.
important character.
Oh my god, we're not doing
No,
we're not
no,
doing
no. Secret no.
No. You're
No.
telling me when
No.
Split 2 comes out and in chapter 1 Hajime dies, Kazuichi Soda pulls up to the scene. He pulls his beanie off, his ahoge sticks up, and then he takes charge of the investigation. You're telling me
Absolutely
that's
not.
not
Because
happening?
no,
not
because for
happening.
majority of the investigation, it's going to be us talking to Sonia for a good chunk of every case afterwards. Yes, it will.
No. You see, here's
No.
the thing. Oh well, I'd be skipping ahead if I gave my opinion on that, but that would not happen because I'm
Oh wow.
spoiling you, and I'm only telling you what's going to happen. And I'm telling
I
you
look
that is
deep
how
into
you're
the
gonna.
camera. I look deep into the camera. You hear this?
But I
This is
don't
some
believe that. I don't think that Hajime is gonna die. I think he's gonna stay the main character. I just do think that the Death Order will change. Besides the Death Order, do you guys think the locations are gonna change? Because if so, the Chapter 4 kill, like the motive for that
Oh
would
yeah.
just be them starving, right? The only reason why that went the way it did was because Nekomaru and Gundam were willing to sacrifice themselves for the group. I don't think anyone else is gonna be willing to do that if they keep it the same way.
No.
Assuming that both of them either aren't alive by that point or whatever happens, you know?
I mean, from what we have seen from like the trailer, I feel like I don't think like the main outline of the islands is going to change or like locations that we're going to. I think they might add some new locations while still keeping like the original set. I feel like the only reason why they would keep it is if they are trying to pull a case 4 situation, then they would need a space like that to work. But
Like
then again, we don't know.
do you think they'll bring the Funhouse to 2x2? Or do you think they'll just keep it in the original timeline whenever they choose to reset?
I mean, okay, the thing with the fun house is that it's important because that's where Nagito finds out that Hajime isn't an ultimate. And then that's like
Exactly.
how they yeah, so if they get rid of the fun house, how are they gonna get that file to
I
figure that
don't
out about
I
Hajime?
don't know. But then it's like for the Funhouse kill, it's so important. But it's like they're changing everything, right? They say you're gonna switch up who dies and all that. It only worked out the way it did because you had the two most chivalrous like cast members left, and they felt like, well, they were willing to give it up for their classmates. I just don't see how the kill would work out the same way, you know? Well, I could kind of see it, but it's like they also
I,
utilized the layout. They got lucky, basically.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, they would have if they're planning to do something like the fun house, but not use exactly the fun house. They would need to replace it with another building like thing to be able to do the maneuvering that they did.
Instead of an octagon, it's a pentagon.
Well, and then in the trial, main character Kazuichi Soda asks, "How many
God.
sides does a pentagon have?"
4.
Yes, I see it. I see it now. It has 3 sides.
Like I think they could keep the funhouse. It just really just depends on
Mhm.
who's gonna be that willing to replace like let's say
Yeah.
Nekomaru doesn't make it to that point where the funhouse is
Yes, he will.
there. Oh, strong belief right there.
Don't
Oh
play.
my life.
Don't play. He's not dying again.
Real stuff though. I felt so bad for Nekomaru because imagine like being blasted and then only for you to
He
turn into a
died
robot and then
twice.
only for you to like get like broken down afterwards.
They fumbled him so bad. They literally assassinated his character for the robot joke,
Like
and
I
then he
don't
dies.
understand why they
Hated
did
that.
that. Like he had so much potential. Like we'll get there.
Ugh. We'll
But
get there. We'll get there.
we'll get there. He's
We'll
on my
get
list
there.
though. He's on my client list.
For sure. Me too. Me too. All right. Should we get into Death Order now?
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
it chapter by chapter. So
All
for
right.
chapter 1, original victim is Tugami,
Mm-hmm.
and the original blackened is Teru Teru. Do you think this will change?
Um, I do.
Me too. I think
Well, in the reset, I think it'll change.
yeah. But I feel like the only reason why it would change is because like we learned the whole idea of like the whole Togami thing and like the imposter character whole situation was so late into the game that like I feel like because he died so early, I feel like the whole plot twist with that was kind of just a waste. Like it
Yeah.
would have made sense if
Mm-hmm.
like they kept him around for at least a few more chapters and then for people to like when they saw the book and they saw real Togami, they would have been like, "Oh shoot, like who are you?" Like
Dude,
that would have given a little bit of
Ooh,
umph, but
I
hmm.
mean, they kinda do that with Rintaro and his ultimate in B3 too. They kill them
Yeah.
off and then they reveal their secret ages later when you've forgotten about them.
like I don't know how I don't know. It feels like they're telling the players, "Oh, remember this? Remember this?
Oh
Keep
wait,
your memory
yeah,
sharp."
I lied. I lied a bit. I did put that Tagami will die in chapter 1 again, but as the killer this time.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I think Teru is still dying chapter 1 either way, but I personally put down Nagito dies to Teru because Teru originally planned to kill Nagito,
Ooh.
but what if he succeeded this time?
See,
That's what I
what
think.
I did was I went and I did an old kill concept. I think that they'll revisit Hyoko dying first. I don't see them doing anything good with Tagami's character. Clearly, they didn't know what to do with him, so why they killed him off. Let's be real. Nagito, unfortunately, is not dying in chapter 1. That's why I think they'll try to find a way to kill off Tagami again early on. So I have him as the killer and Hyoko as the victim.
I feel like with that, I feel like it would also mean that like his personality would have to shift for it to make a little bit more sense. Because I feel like within the first chapter, Togami played like a very strong leadership role. Annoying as he is, and because he is playing into the character, I feel like it. I feel like for someone who was so like focused on safety and all that, I feel like they can use it against the classmates if they're making him like a blackened, because he's so focused on like safety, making sure like no one was gonna die, like because he made a whole promise to everybody. He's like, oh, nobody's gonna die.
I mean,
So it
but
would
they
be
could use that
ironic.
to his advantage this time. He's in
Yeah,
this leadership position. He's got everyone's trust. No one's gonna really think he killed Hiyoko.
I think the irony would work.
Or he killed anyone, for that matter.
Mm.
Whoever dies first. I think they
So
could possibly do that, but I had nowhere else to put him reasonably. So
Mm.
I kept him as a chapter 1 death, but I
so in your
swapped
so
his role.
so in your hypothetical, Teru survives past chapter 1?
Oh, but he's not making it past chapter 2. I have him down as my victim for chapter 2. There's just no way.
No way. No,
Nah,
no, no,
It's
no, no.
Teru
that
Teru is the
far.
protagonist.
I would actually
Wait,
be so livid if he makes it past chapter 2 in 2 by 2. I would actually be more mad that he survived longer than.
Actually, guys, as a secret writer on the team, I have to tell you, after Tagami dies, Terry pulls off his chef hat to reveal his Ohage under his hat. He becomes the main character.
oh, no, no.
And he
Delete the game.
survives.
Delete the game immediately.
Refund, suing the
Yes.
company immediately.
Putting a bunch of videos out, complaining, making the people
Oh,
know it.
definitely. But I don't know. I think he'll live past chapter 1 this time. I just don't think he's making it past. There's no way he's a survivor. There's no way he makes it to half point. So I think
No.
chapter 2 is where he ends at.
Okay.
What about you
Okay.
guys?
I think
Wait,
so
Aries,
too.
Oh,
what
wait a
did you
But
say?
minute.
What
I
did you
Aries,
feel
who
say
like,
for
did
your
you
chapter 1, Aries?
wait?
but my prediction for chapter 1, I feel like I honestly think that Teruto was going to be a victim for chapter 1, cuz like kind of like what everybody's been saying. I feel like I just don't
Mm,
see him lasting any more than just chapter 1. But like you would have to die as a victim. I feel like the
mm.
roles could me personally, I did say that I feel like the roles would have been reversed,
Reverse?
or
What do you mean?
yeah, like it would be Teru who's a victim and then Togami being blackened, or
Alright.
like I felt like that made sense. Or and secret, you might actually kill me for this one.
Oh god.
Let's keep it to ourselves, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna just if people saw my eyes right now, they would know who would have been my other blackened. But we're just gonna keep it
Oh?
through the key.
Oh.
Certain Kazuichi, perhaps?
Oh, I don't mind Kazuichi as a black kid. I encourage you. I just don't want him as the victim.
No, I actually thought he would probably be a chapter 1 blackened. Like
I hope not, because Kazuichi, he's more interesting than like half of the
yeah.
cat. Unpopular opinion. I'm gonna get docked. Oh my god.
I
Uh,
feel
uh,
like I think the only reason why I feel like if they didn't make him so like, what's the best
I'm,
way
g-
to describe
I'm
him?
gonna be
That's
real.
like,
My only gripe with Kazuichi is his obsession with Sonya.
yeah, that's my
That's it.
issue. I think if they just remove that, he could be a strong character, and I hope they remove that aspect from him. But I feel like
No,
that would
they're
only
not
work.
going to.
But
They're
I feel
probably
like
not.
they're probably not, but I feel like the only way it would work for him to get over it would be if a certain Nevermind were to die and
Ooh.
he survives. We'll get there. We'll get
Foreshadow,
there, but
foreshadow, foreshadow, yeah.
foreshadowing. But
So who did you have as your chapter? You had Teru as
as my
the
victim,
victim, and then
yeah.
Tagami as your
I mean,
killer.
yeah, Togami or Kazuichi as my blackened.
QuINN, you had
mm,
Nagito as your victim, and
yeah. And
Teru
Teru
as your
as the
killer.
killer.
I
Yeah.
had Kyoko as the victim, just based off the like early
The
game
original plan.
concept, and then I kept Tagami as the killer because I just don't think they're gonna do his character justice this time around.
Mm.
Okay.
So
That's
chapter
okay.
2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do chapter 2.
Okay,
Chapter
okay.
2. The original victim was Mahiru Koizumi, and the original killer was Peko Peko. Changes?
Rest in peace.
Okay,
You
dude,
guys go for it.
Secret, like you said, the motive for this chapter is so specific. They have to change it
Yeah.
if they're changing the death for this one.
Yeah.
I
So,
feel like I went into this originally thinking, okay, if the motives are the same, how would that like reflect it? But the chapter 2 motive, in no situation would it make sense that anyone dies or kills that's not Mahiru, Peko, or Fuyuhiko.
yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
I made my death order with the knowledge that they probably, I'm not saying they took it out the game completely, but I'm just gonna hope they did if they're like just changing everything, quote unquote. Because let's say like Gundam kills. Oh, I had Gundam as my killer, by the way, for this one. But yeah, let's say the motive's the same and Gundam kills. It wouldn't make sense because he has no reason to feel upset or like triggered by the motive,
Yeah.
which was the case revolving Fuyuhiko's sister who got murdered. It's like it doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna assume that they did change it. So I had Gundam as my killer, and again, there's just no way Terry was living past chapter 2, so I had to put him somewhere. He's my chapter 2 death.
Mm. I
Alright.
think I feel like I don't know. I really did like the motive of chapter 2 because
It's a good motive.
it's a good motive and like
It's just way too specific.
the whole video game and everything aspect, but in my prediction I actually believe that they were going to push it back a bit, like they would have made it, dare I say, either a chapter 3 or 4 motive instead of it
Possibly.
being instead of it being a chapter 2 motive. So for chapter 2 for me, honestly, like that is where I ended up saying that a certain Nevermind was not going to make it.
Oh.
Um
Oh.
a certain Nevermind was not going to make it. I feel like this out of of our all of our survivors, there was only really 3 of them for the most part that deserve surviving. The rest of them and I had a very strong bone to pick with Miss Sonia, never mind. I don't know what it was. I think because I don't know what I really don't know what it was. I think it's because how everybody treated. Yes, she's a princess, but it would have been very interesting to see like a whole nother side of her that was a bit more like villainous. So that's why I ended up putting her
Mhm.
as a blackened for
Ooh.
chapter 2. My my victim options, I wasn't really sure who could potentially be a victim because I was like, honestly, it could really be anybody who it could either match up to Sonya or it could be someone who's, I guess, regarding on how like useful, quote unquote, I put that in strong quote unquotes, who are a bit more weaker than Sonya in the concept of how helpful they could be. Honestly, I thought
Mhm.
that given given the whole context with the video game motive from the original chapter 2, I but also because of pure hatred for Hiyoko, I really wanted Hiyoko to be a victim for chapter 2.
Oh.
So sorry. I have to throw
Oh
that
my
out there.
god.
But
Hey, I mean,
realistically,
same.
I
That's why I killed her chapter 1.
I was like, I really, I can't stand her. She gotta go. But that's because of my pure hatred. I'm like, okay, either it could be either Hiyoko or it could also be someone like Akane. But I only say that because it would have to be like an element of surprise kind of situation. That's my
Right.
only way to describe it. But I feel like because Akane is more physically strong, she could potentially get away with it. That's why I said it has to be an element of surprise for her to be a victim in order for it to work. That's what I'm saying. It's just an
Right.
element of surprise. But Hiyoko, I feel like, would be more likely to die by the hands of Sonia for given whatever the motive might be within the context of chapter 2. Also, because I really want Hiyoko to go.
Oh my
I think
god.
that's my pure hatred against that girl.
Oh
No
my
reason for her
god.
to be that mean to
Don't
Mika. I'm sorry.
don't dox
All right.
Aries.
What about you, QUiNN? What about you?
I honestly, I think the motive is gonna change, but I think the main characters for that chapter is gonna stay the same. So I put
Mhm.
Mahiru still dies and Fuyuhiko kills her. And I think Peko
Ooh.
Peko lives on to have the redemption arc that Fuyuhiko does. That's what I think.
I think I that's not bad. Not bad. Not bad actually.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Okay.
Um, I guess I think I had Gundam kill Teru Teru because I mean when you really think about it, they're they're just I don't see them letting this creep stay like actual like problem staying alive. It's like if you have anyone to get rid of, this guy's got no friends, you know, no one's comfortable around him, no one likes him. I feel like Gundam would again take one for the team and get rid of him. And that's assuming that they change the motive. Or at least like they don't have it in chapter 2 again. We're assuming that it's something a little different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I had those two. I just think no one else really has n- no one else has displayed like a personality to really like just do it. Like Gundam canonically kills for the betterment of the group. I think he'd probably do it again. And also, I just hate Gundam anyway,
Oh
and
my god.
I don't want him to have screen time again like he had last. I
That's a
think him dying in
strong
chapter 2 is
opinion.
great.
That's a
Whoa.
hot take. People
That's
love
a
Gundam.
Yeah,
no,
hot take,
no.
hot take.
Wait, I feel like anybody who likes Kazuichi doesn't like Gundam. Anybody who likes Gundam
No,
doesn't like
no,
Kazuichi.
no, no,
I feel like
no,
that's
no,
what it
no.
is.
No,
No,
you're
because there's
wrong,
no way
actually.
you're
You're wrong. I hate
really
Gundam for reasons that have
other than
little to nothing to do with Kazuichi. I don't, he's
really.
just corny, he's cringy. Like,
She-
he's just a cornball. He's like, what, 17, 18 years old. You're still acting like an edgy 14-year-old. I'm gonna need you to
Bro,
lock in.
it was crazy.
Like,
The secret's just describing herself.
Secret would hate to see Zayd from the My Street series coming back because ain't no way.
I
Bro.
don't know who that is.
No, you're glad that you
That's
know.
another conversation for another time, but
Yeah.
I just don't. I just don't
Yeah.
like Gundam. He's just also
Secret is just
I don't like the way he
describing
talks.
herself.
No, because I kind
You
of get
compare
it.
me to
Because
Gundam is to I would rather kill myself.
oh,
And you're going in the
Oh.
no. You're going in the no.
Oh shit. Bro, I hope Gundam kills Kazuichi.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but
No
I hope
argument, just
not.
disagree.
I mean, I'm telling you, you know, like that's just not gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the writing team. Remember? Yeah, it's not. It's not.
My mistake, my mistake. Okay.
But yeah, I I don't know. I was either gonna have him as I didn't want him to be a killer again, but I don't see a reason as to why someone would kill him unless again like he sacrifices himself.
that's what I was
But
gonna say too.
I don't I don't unless if they're keeping the funhouse thing, then it would just be reheating the original plot lines nachos and I wanted it to be a bit different. So that's why I killed him in chapter 2. Because I mean, why not? And then again, no one's really letting Terra Terra survive. Come on. Come on. Let's be so for real.
I think that kind of makes sense too because I feel like because the whole point of Gundam's kind of character was like despite his whole edginess, he still had a soft side, so like it kind of made sense why he sacrificed himself. But I feel like for him to be a murderer, I mean, it would have to be within circumstances of desperation in my eyes. But
Yeah, basically. What about chapter 3? I think we've covered chapter 2 basically. What about what
yeah,
do you guys have for chapter 3?
Oh wow. Okay, my chapter
this was
3.
this is gonna be kind of hard.
All right,
This is
when
a
you go
double
first.
kill.
You
So
go first, Quinn.
chapter 3 double kill. Okay, original victims. It's Hiyoko Ibuki and killed by Mikan. I I have for my victims Gundam
Mhm.
and Ibuki, and
Whoa.
I Sonia as the killer.
Sonia?
Whoa. That
Wait,
I
elaborate.
I think
wait, walk with
Sonia.
me.
So I think all the survivors need to be changed in some way. They're not either they're gonna not survive or they're gonna like act really differently. I put Sonia as a killer because she
Mhm.
loves serial killers, and I think if there's
That's
a
true.
single blank slate character they need to change, it's Sonia, and it's so easy to turn her into a killer. And I think she's gonna kill Gundam and Ibuki, and I think she's gonna frame Kazuichi.
Oh my god, bro.
Wait,
I'm gonna
that
sound
walk
like
was
I'm
necessary because
repeating.
actually
I'm gonna sound like
that's
I'm repeating what you're saying when we get to chapter 4. But for my chapter 3, oh wait, let me look at my notes. Okay, so instead of having, I just I don't think they're gonna keep the whole Fuyuhiko sisters game plot line for chapter 2. I do think they're gonna bring it up eventually. And so I think by chapter 3, it'll be out in the open, right? So I originally had this written a different way. I originally had Mahiro. No, it was Fuyuhiko got killed by Mahiru and Peko killed Mahiru again, or it was like some other order. But either way, all three of them were gonna die in one. But then I was like, no, I don't think Peko. I think Pekko's gonna be a survivor personally. That's like for a further thing. But I have Akane and Fuyuhiko dying, and I have Mahiru as the killer because
Really? Oh
yeah,
my god.
I
that
think.
actually that makes I kind of see it
But
though.
again, is like for like subplot, obviously not obviously, but it's like it would give Pekka reason to kind of, I guess not like step up, but like she would be important for investigating this time, you know?
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
she would have like outsider knowledge about everything that happened. She would play a role in, I guess, discovering the killer.
Mm.
And Akane, I love Akane. She's one of my favorites. I don't know how she survived the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't know how she
It's not
survived. Of
either.
of of all of them, I don't know how she survived, but I do think she is one of the easier people to manipulate. Mahiru, if I remember, she had like a, I think her only problem was that she was just really mean to the guys. She was like, "Be a man, step up," or whatever. I think she could easily like corner Akane and possibly like bash her over the head or something. And then Fuyuhiko and Mahiru, they'd probably have another like confronting each other, because if they do bring that motive back, then I think Mahiru would probably end up killing. Oh, I should probably phrase it backwards. If Mahiru kills Fuyuhiko, it's more likely that a Hiyoko thing would happen and Akane would walk in and then Mahiru probably kill Akane. But I don't know. I just don't see Akane living as long as she did last time, but I don't see them getting rid of the Fuyuhiko like family plot lines.
Mm.
Yeah.
And honestly, Fuyuhiko and My Hero are kind of interchangeable in this place, but I do think they'll probably make her a killer this time. Probably just for
Mm.
shock value because she was a victim last time, but
Yeah.
I think Fuyuhiko, Mahiro, they're kind of interchangeable, but I do think Akane unfortunately will die. Yeah. Rest in peace to my goat.
Honestly,
Not many people
sim-
like Akane.
similar to Secret, I did put Mahiru as the blackened,
Mhm.
but the thing is, I wasn't sure if they were going. I don't know if they're going to continue the whole trope of having a double, like a double murder in
I
chapter
think they
three.
will.
I think they will, but because they said they're changing everything, I really hope they don't. I really hope they push it to like chapter 4. So that's why I only put one person as my victim, which
Oh.
was Fuyuhiko. Similar to the same case regarding Secret. But I
Mhm.
also believe that Peko being a survivor would also kind of lead into the whole concept of how she always viewed herself as like a weapon to Fuyuhiko.
Like a
So her
servant. Yeah.
surviving allows her to finally get a sense and build herself a sense of identity that's not associated to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, even though I love Yukiko, I'm he's only going that way we can give Peko the development that she deserves as well, because I really
Exactly.
did feel bad. I really felt
Yeah.
bad for the lack
Yeah.
of character development that she could have got.
I
So
mean, Fuyuhiko is like one of the few characters who's like really developed and has a whole arc. If anyone's gonna die, it's him. Fuyuhiko's
Yeah.
dying.
He's
and
already had like his moment, you know?
I'm gonna be so upset when he dies, but like shoot, if
Yeah.
it's for the sake of Peko to gain herself a sense of identity, because her whole speech thing back in chapter, oh,
Dude.
I was so heartbroken because I was like, I can't believe this is what she built herself for. Like, girl, get up. But I hope she
And
does
she was
get.
born into it, so it makes sense. But I do think that Pekka will become a survivor. I think her and Fuyuhiko will basically switch places. She's gonna have her character arc while he will die, and however that happens, I do think that's gonna be a possibility for the game. But honestly, I don't have much to say about what the motive could be for chapter 3 because you could do just about any motive for a double kill.
Yeah.
But chapter 4, it kind of brings back what I talked about at the beginning. Like, do you think they'll change the locations? Or, like, do you think they'll keep the funhouse?
I okay. The thing is that, do you think the antagonist is gonna stay the same as Nakito?
I
That's a good question.
guarantee it probably will. I just think the developers love milking Nagito's character. Pause. Um, the fans
Pause.
just love him too much. I do think that Nagito will survive past chapter 4, unfortunately.
Okay.
Unironically, I think if depending on how they format the game and they do like maybe like the same similar game and then there's like a split off to like the second version of the whole scenario, I feel like there could be a possibility for Nagito to become a protagonist, because like what Secret
Absolutely
said,
not.
the people, the whole company and everybody loves Nagito, so the idea of him being protagonist would probably send people flying over the moon.
No, but here's the thing
But
though. Killing Hajime woun't make sense. He's not only is he like the protagonist, he's the mastermind. Like
that's
he
true.
Unless the mastermind changes.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless they change it, I don't know how like far from canon they're gonna go regarding the lore. Like just with the remnants of despair in general. Don't know like how far off they're gonna go with that. But I'm assuming they're not gonna stray far from it. At least that's where I went for my structure, how I think the game's gonna go. Which is why I haven't killed off Nagito yet, or else he would have died chapter 1.
Okay. Well, okay. I
Secret
asked,
really said he gotta go.
He does. He has to go.
bro. Okay. I asked because Chapter 4, the
Mhm.
funhouse. It's important for the antagonist because
Yeah.
that's where Nagito gets the file and he turns against Hajime for real. So I actually have my antagonist as Tugami because I killed Nagito in
Oh.
chapter 1. I think the antagonist is changing. And so for my chapter 4, I have Chiaki as the victim and I have Akane as the killer to
Akane
get
as
a
the killer?
Akane survived that long?
yeah, okay, here's the thing. I think okay,
I believe in
Akane
her. I believe in her.
I I was gonna have Akane as the antagonist, but she's a woman, and also it's so she can't be that important, but also because Akane as the antagonist is a big fan theory, that's the original concept. I don't know if that's true, but I don't think they would go for it because that makes it predictable. So I think to slightly nod at it and to change Akane to be more interesting, she's
Uh-huh.
gonna kill, and she's gonna kill Chiaki. That's what I
Ooh,
think.
okay.
That's what I think.
I like that theory, actually. I like that. I like
I didn't know there was a theory thinking that they were saying that she was going to be. I
I had always
actually don't
seen
see it.
stuff saying, like, she only pretends to be dumb, but that's
I
mainly it. I think that's a cool theory. Unfortunately, they hate women. They hate dark-skinned people too. That's just not
no,
happening.
Yeah,
guys,
she can't be that
it
important.
guys, it's
It
Japan.
would be
Like, okay,
so cool though.
it
For
would be.
my chapter 4 though, I had Mikan as the victim and Sonia as the blackened. Because again,
Mm.
I think Sonia would be much more interesting as a killer because she just seems kind of boring. And assuming they have the funhouse again, I do think that Sonia would selfishly step up and configure a plan to kill because yeah, I don't know which one of you said it. She's obsessed with serial killers. She has a lot of knowledge. I think that she'd
Yeah.
do it. I mean, and even if they don't keep the whole like funhouse kill or else you'll all starve to death thing, I still think that she would probably kill. And to be honest, I don't think Mikan's gonna be a survivor. I thought about it, but I really don't see them bringing her to the end. And I have a very specific opinion on how chapter 5 will go. So I think this is where Mikan's story would end in 2x2. I think she'd get killed, and I think Sonia would kill her
Mm,
for
Okay.
whatever
That's
reason that
interesting.
may be.
I like that. I like
okay.
that.
What do you have for chapter 4, Aries?
For me, I did have Mikan as a victim, but I put Ibuki as Blacken because I don't think
Mm,
I don't. So I love Ibuki because she is a good comic relief, but like I
yeah.
don't. Unfortunately, I don't see her making it to chapter 5 onwards.
Hmm.
So I feel like unless it's like a situation like maybe the despair diseases happening, or if it's like a different situation where like it would make sense for her to maybe be like subconsciously unaware to be in a point where like she kills. That's the only way I can see it happening. But I just think that she would be a black in this time and not a victim. And I would think that it would be ironic because Mikan was the one who killed Ibuki
Hmm.
in the original. That's my only case because I needed to put Ibuki somewhere and Mikan somewhere because I was like, I want them to survive, but I just don't see them surviving, which is really sad. But like, I had to think of it a bit more realistically.
Hmm.
So, you know, that's my victim and my blackened.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, Ibuki's a weird character. She feels very like one-dimensional.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
unfortunately.
ironically enough, I think she would have fit better with the V3 cast if they just reworked her character a bit.
Possibly. Wait, Quinn, who
I
did you have for
yeah.
chapter 4 kills?
Chapter 4, I had Akane kill Chiaki.
Okay, right.
The left field Akane like
That would be a cool concept, actually. That seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the
Um,
thing with Chiaki, like, is she really gonna make it that far again? They've She served her
I
time.
I don't know. That's the thing.
But
It's like, how far do you think they're gonna go off from canon? Because
that's what I was gonna say.
I have my cop out for chapter 5 of what I think's gonna happen, but I just don't know. Like, that's if they're gonna keep milking everyone's favorite characters, which would be Chiaki and Naruto.
My gaming waifu. Okay, I just had a thought actually. What if the thing that changes the timeline is the fact that because Chiaki is a real person, but in the
Yeah,
game she's an AI.
he's a
What
robot.
if what if the twist is that in 2 by 2 that's Chiaki as a real person and she's no longer an AI?
Ooh, ooh. That
Mm.
would wait, but okay.
That would complicate a little bit of like, okay, so she's no longer the AI. We would need someone
She's
else
not
to
the
fill in.
traitor.
No,
Yeah.
but the only reason why she was an AI is because Junko chose her to die to turn them into the remnants of despair in the anime. Which is the whole
Um,
reason why they got put into the program in the first place. Chiaki is what drove them to despair or whatever. I don't know if you watched the anime or not, but
I have not, unfortunately.
you
I know
should.
the lore.
I
You
probably
should.
should. I'll get around to watching it. It's just like halfway through the Danganronpa 2, I
You
found
need
that
to
there was
finish
a
the
whole anime.
game first, and then you watch the anime. But the whole reason why Chiaki was dead in the first place was because she was the one who was giving the class so much hope. Like, she brought them together. So Junko killed her and showed them, and that's what drove them into despair. And that's how they turned into the remnants of despair.
That's that's
But if
yeah,
that's like, if they do change that, then I have no idea how the rest of the game would go. Because, I mean, that changes like everything.
Changes everything.
But it's
Yeah.
and then
like,
it will also
how,
leave the question of how they ended up there. Because if
yeah,
Chiaki is the main reason why they end up even being in this mess because she died in the anime,
he got
who
killed.
dies to make everybody go and become remnants of despair to end up in Jabberwock Island?
I mean, to
I
be
don't know.
honest, it's kind of stupid in lore too. Like Chiaki was their
Yeah.
breaking point.
I don't know, man. I really don't. I think the I think they killed Chiaki before everything like truly went to hell. I don't really remember the specifics of if Junko started taking over first and then turned them into the remnants, or if they turned into the remnants first and then the world fell. But all I know is like she got Ryoma, which is an anime only character, the ultimate animator. He made her animate something and then she mixed it with Chiaki's death and then she showed the class and then they lost their minds.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember that.
That's yeah, that's basically how it went. But the point was is that Chiaki got killed to turn them. It's I guess with the game with 2x2, it's just a matter of how far off from the canon lore do you think they'll go? That's just like I think that's my most important like question because it could determine how like everything goes. If they go far from canon and literally rewrite everything, then I mean it's free game. Chiaki could die at literally any moment because she wouldn't be important as the traitor anymore since she's not AI.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do think that they'll. I kept her until chapter 5, but I mean I don't know.
Oh yeah. Let's go to chapter 5.
All right.
Okay, chapter 5. Nagito originally dies. Chiaki originally kills him.
Mm-hmm.
Aries, you should go first for chapter 5.
Yeah.
Did I? Um,
Yeah.
honestly, when it came to chapter 5, I feel like honestly, I feel like Nagito has the potential of dying again. Chapter 5.
Mm-hmm.
But for the blackened, I feel like no, because I feel like if they are keeping a little close to original lore and they're just changing like other aspects, I feel like it would be the same as the original, where like it is Nagito who plans the whole thing, but essentially it's Chiaki who is quote unquote blackened. But I feel like if they were to change it, I feel like honestly, the only other person I could probably see, I feel like if it's not in that case, I feel like I
Well, who
might
did you
potentially.
put?
I put Nagito as a victim again, regardless.
Right?
I just didn't know who I wanted to put for
For
Blacken.
sure.
So I put Chiaki slash Nekomaru, but I only put Nekomaru because I'm not sure how far. Once again, with the question of how far they're straying away from lore, and kind of like what I said for Ibuki, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. I also don't see Nekomaru making it as far as like
Okay.
after chapter 6. But I feel like for some reason my gut feeling is telling me that they might keep that whole aspect of the Chiaki being the traitor thing and Nagito
Mhm.
planning his whole death out. I personally think that's gonna still stay. Everything else might change. But
Um, I don't have a far off thing. I think they'll definitely keep Chiaki as the traitor, assuming that they don't stray too far from canon. I do think, however, that instead of Nagito sacrificing himself, I do think that he'll kill Chiaki. Whether she agrees to it or not. I do think that he will kill Chiaki because she's the traitor. And it'll be like a reverse from last time because before he planned out to draw out the traitor. This time, assuming I don't know, assuming they give him as much plot armor as last time, he'll probably figure it out in advance and kill Chiaki for betraying them, I guess. So I had Nagito as the Blacken and Chiaki as the victim, but that's only because of the lore. I think if I went just completely off of canon plot, I probably would have killed both of them a lot earlier. But just
Yeah.
because I don't think they're gonna be that creative when it comes to the game, like we're talking, come on, we're talking about the people who fucked up the not chapter 3. I mean the third game. They
that's
Yeah.
completely
true.
they gave us another, oh, it's all just a game ending and
I can't get
none
over
of it's
that. I actually
real
cannot
part
get over
2.
that.
But like, yeah, we're talking about these people. I don't think that they're gonna go that far off from what they already had. Since it was a pretty good plot twist. Oh my god, Chiaki's the traitor and she's not real and she was dead this whole time. Wow, yeah, they're not letting that one go. I do think that they'll milk Nagito until chapter 5 again, but this time
Gonna
he'll
milk
kill
him. Pause.
Pause. They'll use his character, whatever, and then both of them will die again in that chapter. I think I just don't see them being creative and actually giving us something completely new. I don't have faith in them. I'm gonna be real. Would you
I,
have
I
fun?
I like your series though. Mine is really random. I think you're right about them not wanting to change the lore, but because I completely I completely changed Nagito and Chiaki's deaths, my
Yeah.
chapter 5 is completely random. The
Oh
victim
god.
is Kazuichi, and Mikan kills him in chapter 5. So random.
That is so random.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. I think if they're gonna change the traitor, I think
Right.
Mikan has the capacity to be the traitor
I
if
agree
it's not
actually.
Chiaki. That's
I
what. So
think
I think yeah.
I think she does.
I think if they
Technically
played it off really
she
well.
Technically in the anime she was kind of a traitor. She was more so of like Junko's pawn.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like she walked in on something happening and Junko could not let her go snitch, so she got like hypnotized? It was something like that. I
She
think
seduced her.
uh, yeah, that happened.
It's
Which
it's it's
part?
it's the
What?
real it's the real toxic Yuri.
Unpopular opinion, I don't hate it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't hate
And
it.
you're right, and you're right, and that's a based take.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Dude, if we said that in 2020, we would be
I
doxxed
would
for
have got
supporting
shot.
abusive relations.
Dude, our addresses would already be on like some Reddit post, bro. It'd be over.
Not even Reddit. It would also be on X too.
They
True.
just commented. They just commented. Oh man, but yeah, unpopular. I do think low key, if they cooked on anything, that was peak toxic Yuri, and I do.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
ship it, but not in like a. It's just good toxic Yuri. They cook there. I give them that. I give them that. But that is Kazuichi dies to Mikan. So random, man.
I don't know where to put Kazuichi. I don't think Kazuichi is gonna be a killer, but I could not fit him as a victim anywhere. Originally I had it that Sonia killed Gundam and Kazuichi, but that feels
Mhm.
too predictable.
Yeah, it
So
does.
yeah, Mikan kills Kazuichi just
I'll be
for
honest.
whatever reason.
For chapter 4, what I had rewrote was that Sonia kills Gundam in that chapter, but I was like, are they really gonna go through with the like sappy, oh, you have to kill me to save the group and blah 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 thing? I don't think they're gonna do that.
No,
They're not
Yeah.
I
gonna they're not
I
gonna do that. Come on.
I
So
feel
I
like
that's why I switched it. But that I had that originally as for chapter 4. Um because again, I don't see Kazuichi being a victim either. I think he's more likely to become a killer rather than a victim, but I couldn't place him anywhere as a killer because truth be told, he hated Gundam, but I don't think he'd kill Gundam, you know? And
Yeah.
that'd be the only person I could see him like actually killing, like how when Hiyoko first died, everyone obviously was gonna blame Mikan, but then it was just like, would she really do that? I mean, she did, but you know, that's not the point. I don't think
it's
Kazuichi
a
would kill
reasonable doubt.
Gundam, but it was like because I couldn't see him killing Gundam, someone he does hate, I couldn't really put anyone else in that place. So unfortunately, Kazuichi is a survivor for me again. I
Oh my
tried, guys.
god,
I tried.
bruh.
I'm sorry, I
Oh my
tried.
god.
I
This is not
tried. I
happening.
put him down as a potential blackened, but I just couldn't place him as anyone's actual killer. I don't see him tricking anyone and killing them. I don't see him killing anyone out of rage or like desperation. Unless it was like a fight, but it's like who's actually gonna pick a fight with him? Gundam wouldn't fight
Even
him, you
bother.
know?
Yeah.
Like it's like I just don't see a situation where he'd have to kill. And I don't I just he's just not really victim material in my opinion. Um,
Eh,
I'm not against him killing. I think he probably will be a killer in the game. Probably an early game killer if they do kill him off. But I unfortunately for my prediction, I do think Kazuichi's gonna pull through again. I
bro.
mean, he's more unproblematic, like socially. Besides Sonia, he doesn't really have problems with anyone else. He's just annoying, but like all of them are pretty annoying. So I mean,
That's true.
it's not enough to kill someone, you know? But I did get it. I think he'll kill, most likely. Like, realistically, I think he will kill. But for my prediction, I couldn't place him anywhere. So for me, he's a survivor. Who did you guys have as your survivors?
Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll go first. So my list
Hmm.
of survivors ends up being Nekomaru, Kyoko,
Hmm.
Hashime,
Did you say
Tugami.
Kyoko?
I did say Hyoko. Hot take. I think Hyoko. I think if Fuyuhiko dies, that means Hyoko and Peko Peko can develop as characters because they're both connected to him because Hyoko, if she sees Mahiru die, then she's gonna
Uh-huh.
develop that. So I think she's gonna have the redemption arc that Fuyuhiko gets. I think Peko Peko is gonna learn to be a person. So Nekomaru, Hyoko, Hajime, Tugami, and Peko Peko are my survivor. It's so
Holy
random.
moly. Okay.
I'm just mad that
um,
Hiyoko even made it on your list.
Nah,
I,
nah,
I
trust, trust.
I guess it makes sense. My
It
list of
does.
survivors were Kazuichi, Hajime, Pekka, Ibuki, which I wasn't truly sure about because, like you said, she's low key one dimensional. There's not much going on with her, but again, you could say the same for Akane, and she lives. We don't get much lore out of her, but I have Ibuki and Nekomaru as my survivors. I feel
Mm.
like I'm missing someone on my survivor list because I only have 5 names, but
I thought it
I
was
only
five
have 5
people.
names.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was only 5 people, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. It's those 5.
Yeah.
Depend. Okay, because within my readings I did say it's between one or two people. So my list is only depending on how like I originally want, like how I thought some people might die like before others.
Right?
Hajime is gonna be Ultimate Survivor, of course. Pekka was also on my list too.
Mhm.
um, Originally I also had Ibuki on there, but then when I was sitting thinking about it, I'm like, I don't think she's going to survive, but I would like her to be a survivor. It's just there's no space in her to
I
be
think
potential survivor. Like they would have to give her some strong character development. But she was on my original list.
yeah.
And then I wanted Sonia to go as well,
Fuck no.
but hot take, I kind of wanted her to go, but I also did potentially
Oh, wait,
saw
no.
her as a survivor as well.
I don't think she's surviving again. I think,
But
like
I don't think she will, but I could potentially, if I feel like they might take one person from the original survivors aside from Hajime to survive. I feel like it would be either her or Kazuichi, one of those two.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, out of those 2, realistically, they have no reason to be killed. Unless they give us,
Exactly.
like, a fresh motive that would directly target one of them, I don't see a reason why anyone would have, like, a murderous intent towards them, you know? Like
And that's my thing too, because I feel like
yeah,
everybody loves Sonya because she is technically the ultimate princess, so she has that status. But I feel like it's a 50-50 toss up because of her whole obsession with like with killers. Why can I not say serial for some reason? But her whole
yeah.
obsession with killers and whatnot. There's that, but I feel like at the same time, I feel like it's not an unhealthy level. So unless they make a motive where it kind of pushes her to lean more into that and then for her to take her
Yeah.
knowledge and then use it, I don't see her killing essentially.
I just
So
think out of the 2 of them, it's more likely that they'd ri I I don't know, I just don't think she's surviving again, but I think it's more likely that she'd kill. I don't see them killing Kazuichi as a victim. If neither of them survive, I would assume that both of them killed someone, you know? I don't
Yeah.
think they'd kill each other, which is a popular theory that Sonya's gonna kill Kazuichi or Kazuichi's gonna kill, like, Gundam. I don't
I
see
feel
that
like it's
happening.
I
I
feel
think
like that
it's
would be
too
so
cliche.
expected.
It's too
Yeah,
That
it
too.
predictable.
it'd be too cliche. I don't think they're gonna go with it. I hope not.
But if
That
they
would be so
do,
corny.
Yeah,
it would be
it's just
corny. I hope
it's
they do
gonna
it in
be
a way
badly
that's not
written.
predictable. Like I think that's my only hope because I like the concept. It's just it's
Mhm.
already too predictable given the whole love triangle situation and whatnot. I feel
You
like
can't
if
even really
they
call it a love triangle, man.
you
It's
can't
just
you can't even call it that. Yeah, not like in hindsight, it's just a bunch of ship wars that forced it into a love triangle. But I feel like if they were to do something like that, I feel like they would have to go really strong with the motive that would drive
mhm.
one or the other to kill
Yeah.
each other.
It'd
Like
have
it
to
would
be
have to be a
like an
strong, strong motive.
insane motive. But again, I don't know. I don't if they do, I see probably more likely Sonya would kill. Uh I think it's too cliche that she'd kill Kazuichi because again, it's like who would kill Kazuichi? Only Sonya really has a reason to kill Kazuichi. I feel like she's a little stupid, but she's not that stupid enough to get caught doing that. Or to kill someone so obvious, which is why I think I put her she killed, like, Mikan or something. Yeah. I do think that Sonia would probably more likely to kill than Kazuichi. And because I don't see Kazuichi as a victim, I, quote unquote, unfortunately, but with a smiley face after Kazuichi, I see him more likely to be a survivor again.
Okay, bro.
I mean, I would prefer him to be like a Blacken. I just don't see they.
Yeah.
I'd have to have a motive. I'd have to like have a motive to pick from to put him in because all of the ones that we were given, they were kind of ass. Kazuichi didn't catch any despair disease. Like he obviously wasn't gonna kill anyone in the funhouse. He had no reason to in chapter 2. Chapter 1, he was more
There was no
afraid
need.
than anything. And
Yeah.
chapter 5, I don't even know if there was a motive or not. I just know Nagito
Oh, I thought the
did
motive
his
was more so
thing.
like the truth or something. I always thought it was the
Probably.
truth
I
I
because
don't
think
really
Nagito.
remember. I don't
like
remember
they
the chapter 5
knew
motive.
like there was a traitor and it was meant to be distrusting, and it was something like that.
Uh
Nagito just started tweaking that entire chapter.
I don't know what he was.
oh yeah. Yeah, it was revealing that there was a traitor. But even
Yeah.
then, I mean, I don't see anyone thinking that he would betray them, and he has no reason to be that upset about there being a traitor to kill someone. So it's like I just don't know. They'd have to give like a fresh motive, but I don't know what that would be.
You
So
know what I do think though? I
yeah.
have a feeling that it might be a lesser number of survivors. That's why I don't have that's why I did not put a full 5. I don't know. I feel like something tells me they might be missing a number of survivors this time around. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I feel like there might be 4 survivors instead of 5. But I don't know how they figure it out
But
because
I mean, yeah.
I don't know how they would do it, but I just have a feeling they might do that just to do like a surprise factor or something. So
Um
when people are comparing, they're like, oh, why does 2 by 2 only have this amount of people compared to everybody else? But I know I originally wanted I also originally wanted it to be there to be 2 double kill cases, but I was like, that's never gonna happen because you can't do the same concept twice. But I would have liked
yeah,
it.
true.
It's just like it would reduce numbers really fast. But it would just depend on how they would play it out.
Well, last little section. It's
Mhm.
inspired by our very own T, our prayer section. This is where we
Ooh.
pray. Or we pray for things that we want to happen. I'm praying for My Hero protagonist.
Shoot Spike Nine Yahoo, please.
Honestly, I just pray for Hiyoko to die early. I don't like as much as I can't stand Sonya sometimes. I'd rather her survive or her make it longer than Hiyoko. So I pray that she dies early.
I just
That's just
don't
my routine.
see I
I
don't
just don't see it
see how
happening,
they put
but
up with their bullshit for
exactly.
3 chapters. Like, I get it, like, you can never be, like, that mad about well, no, I don't get it. Realistically, I'd be pretty
I
pissed too if
don't
someone if
either. That's why
someone if someone called me a pig and, like, all those names, I'd be pretty pissed too, but, I mean, I don't see how in a killing game where it's, like, you have the opportunity to, why would you not kill the biggest bitch on the island?
exactly.
Like, why would you kill, like I'm not saying
It's just
Mahiru's like a saint, but it's like, why kill Mahiru when you've got this huge asshole who no one wants around anyway, you know?
you. I'm
Yeah.
not tripping. Because since chapter 1, I'm sitting here, I'm like, why is she giving bare attitude? Mind you, Mikon didn't do anything but just make her presence known, and then here Hiyoko is starting to throw insults. I'm like, just because you're tiny doesn't mean you can try
Just
to
like
say all
that
those big
Yahoo, please
words.
kill Hyoko early game, please.
Please, I never got. I
Oh,
never
also,
got.
just like that Yahoo, please kill Gundam, please. I
Oh
can't
wow.
see Survivor Gundam, please. For my
Please
final
don't dox
prayer.
us.
Oh, right. For regular hopes and prayers, please don't dox me. For my safety and sake, everything I said was a lie. I love Komahina. I love Nagito. I love Gundam. Kyoko has no real fans. No one that I'm worried about.
Her 3
So
fans.
her 3
Peace.
fans, including Peace T. I mean, not T.
Wait, don't. Oh, nah.
But
I'm trying to think
yeah.
of final thoughts.
My final prayer: Survivor Nekomaru, give him his character arc.
Yeah.
Give Tagami, do him justice. I don't think they're gonna keep him alive, but put more thought into his character or their character. Just the character in general, please. Give
Yes.
us,
If you're going to do
give
an
us
imposter
more.
character, do it better.
Yeah, just give us a bit more. They're gonna go off canon. Please don't make it a BS plot in place. Cause he was already kind of bad. I mean, please do it justice.
Honestly, final thoughts. I hope the game is slightly better than the original. I think that's just my overall wishes because there was so much potential that they could have done with the second game, but was a ball drop as well. I also do pray that the final chapter they don't bring back trigger happy trigger happy havoc characters.
They're
Please,
gonna
if you're
have
going to end
to.
no, if you're going to end the game at, like can we just like do it in a way that kind of just we don't have to rely on them so much? Maybe, please.
I mean,
Like
technically speaking, the Hope Foundation, which the survivors from the first game made, they made the game that they're in. So it kind of makes sense that they show up and explain a little bit because it's not like it's real life and the actual mastermind Junko Onishima is alive to just lore drop everything because she feels like it. I do think that they will show up again. I don't think any of our surviving cast will be any more competent than the original. Everyone's just kind of stupid in that game. I don't know how they made it past any of those trials.
I want to end it with this final thought. Spike Chunsoft, Kodaka, please do not remaster the Mekon panty shots.
oh,
Oh my
Just get
god,
rid of
please!
them.
not even just that.
No!
If you plan to make Mikon a Blacken, do not pull that same stunt for her execution, please.
Be normal, please.